Alright. I swear this thing keeps getting smaller and smaller on me. Alright. So, break his posture down, just as we did in the last video. And then I'm going to shrimp out, and I'm going to get this guy here. He's going to push down. I kick my leg out, and I start to clear this. Now, he knows at this point that he's got this one arm in, one arm out scenario. Now, I've got his tricep, so he's not going to be able to just pull his arm back straight out and actually clear it, right? Because I'm keeping the posture down, my leg is blocking him pulling that back, and I've got this here. So what people might do here at this point in time, and they're not going to do it very often if you do this technique to them. They're not. They're going to be like, oh, that's a bad idea. Is they might say, because they can't get this arm that I already cleared back in, they might take their hand and put it between your legs so that they can start to, extend back and get that two arm out situation, which they would much prefer. So I'm going to block them, okay? I'm going to let them get the wrist in. I want them to get the wrist in, right? I'm going to take this hand, I'm going to thread it through, and I'm going to hold them there. Now they can't get in, and now my hips and the bend of their arm and everything is preventing them from getting their arm back into my guard, right? So their hand is stuck at this point in time. So from here, I'm going to kick my leg up and come to the same side. I'm on the other side of his head now. From here, I like to underhook the leg on the opposite side. And now all I have to do is start to back my hips out. And what, if you guys can imagine what's happening there, is I'm putting their arm in this position, and I'm pulling this way. You guys can do that to yourself right now. It sucks. And this is called your Baratoplata from the guard. And sometimes, I might go for, maybe I went to a spider guard, or I got my, here my butterfly guard or whatever, and then up here, and I started to hook here. They might, at this point in time, go for it. Another thing that could possibly happen is that I might be trying to do, for example, that push-pull triangle. So I'm trying to push this arm in and pull him down as I open my guard and try to clear out that arm, but it ain't happening. So instead, his arm's in that position, so I thread through at that point, right? And then control this arm so I can kick over, boom, and then grab my own thigh and hip out. And there's it on the other side, right? So really all we're looking for is you're trying to get that hand in with the elbow out, and then I'm going to thread through, grab my own thigh, get all on the same side, hook his leg and hip out, right? So over here, boom. And we're going to go ahead and stay with the same one. So I'm going to break his posture down with my closed guard, knees wide, heels in, right? I grab his tricep, right? And a lot of times to get that tricep, and I know I've covered it in other videos, but let's go ahead and say that I haven't. So let's say that when I do this, he's got two hands on my hips. I'm going to take both my hands around the outside, shoot them straight up, grab the back of his head, and I grab his tricep, pinching his arm, right? So now I'm going to push in, get here, right? He's going to start to push this down, so I kick out, and I clear his arm with my knee. He recognizes the triangle, right? I might even be like in the middle setting this up, and he goes, oh shit, but I've got his tricep, so he can't pull it out that way. So he puts his hand in here first. I'm going to grab my own thigh, right? So now I'm using that bend of his arm to maintain this position. I'm going to kick my leg over his head, come to the other side. I'm going to underhook his leg, and then I just start to hip out, right? And we just keep going until he taps or, his arm rips off. So, and this is not the only way that you're going to get this. And I know this is the guard video, or supposed to be, but he's a good boy. He's protecting his arms from the mount position, right? And so I might do something to kind of throw this leg up, and then I'm going to pin this arm to his chest and swing my leg over. Now, on this point, I want to gather his head up and start setting up this triangle, right? But he, starts to duck under or whatever. At this point, I might take his wrist and just force the issue and put it between my legs. boom, grab my own thigh, throw off, and then from here, I block his hip with this hand on this side, and then I start to get off. Right, and we'll cover that again when we're working on the mount, but that's going to be your just basic Baratoplata. It's not really a basic mood from the guard.